Mic check, mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check, mic check.
All right, we test the audio out. All the audio is fine. So if you guys are coming in here on the replay, please don't hesitate to hit the like button. We're going to do a little live stream. This live stream probably go about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Got to get out, get some stuff done today. Wow, that's crazy. If you're wondering what I'm talking about when I said, wow, this is crazy. So apparently, guys, I'm looking at this screen as I'm checking my YouTube, and there's robots now that can walk, run, crawl. Guys, they're going to take your jobs, man. There's no way around that. So you guys be trying to adapt to the new workforce, man. It's going to be crazy out here. But if you are watching on the replay, if you're watching on the replay, you might want to skip forward because we're going to take our time. We'll give people 5, 10 minutes to come in here. What's going on, LF? You up in here early, man. I don't know what side of the world you're on, side of America you're on, man, but I'm happy to see you. We're going to talk about these women are dating the same men. Tamar Braxton had a viral video talking about they're dating the same men. New Zealand. So what time is it over there? What's going on, Robin? So what time is it over there, LF? While you were doing that, I'm going to get some this juice. It's damn, golly, you up in here early. I feel honored that you woke up and watched this live stream that early in the morning. I really feel appreciated. What I'm saying must really be hitting hard for you guys to be waking up that early and you watching me. I really appreciate it. So I see a few more people just came in here. We're going to talk about these women are dating the same men. Tamar Braxton just had a viral video talking about this. Yay, country boot. I don't know if you're a man or a woman, but I'm in Texas too. So yeah, you're right. It is 11:47 on the dot. I appreciate that, LF. That's why you got you a wrench, man. Can I be a mod? After a while, after you show some loyalty, after a while. Now, I do live streams on the weekends, so you don't have to be tuned in on the weekends or commenting through my videos through the week in order to be a mod. There's a few guys that have been commenting for a while now that I want to get some wrenches as well, but they're never on the live stream, so I can give them a moderator thing. But they watch my short videos, so yeah, we got people coming in here. We got to talk about these women are dating the same men. I just subscribed. Can I be a mod? You got to show some loyalty over a period of time, man. It just ain't that easy. You know what I'm saying? You can't join an organization just in one day. You got to train and complete the training, then show your worth on the job for an extra month, and then you get the actual job. So we're gonna run this similar to how it's supposed to be run in the real world. But you guys give me a quick second. I'm gonna get my juice that I've intended to drink this morning. I hadn't drank or ate anything. I'm fasting right now. It's about to be 12 o'clock and I ain't ate a dang thing. So you guys give me about 30, 40 seconds. We're gonna get a straw and get this thing out of the fridge real fast. got to talk about these women on this morning's live stream. Damn, the numbers just dropped. Y'all gonna leave that fast? Because I just went up and got some juice. That's crazy. But yeah, for you guys trying to get in shape, man, I'm gonna tell you a cheat code. People say go to Smoothie King. People say, you should eat a salad. If I can get this thing to clip on, get you some juice at a juice bar. Especially if you guys don't want to eat salad, especially if you guys don't want to eat your fruits or whatnot. This is definitely a good supplement and it's healthy. It's real good juice, real actual juice compressed, combined together, extremely healthy. So that's a cheat code for you guys trying to get in shape. Yeah, no spamming in the chat, man. You might have to time him out, LF, in just a second. So, yeah, for you guys trying to get in shape, can that be a meal replacement? Depending on which one you get, the juices are not typically a meal replacement, but like a smoothie is. I think depending on what kind of smoothie you get, it can be. Now, I will say this: if you're going to go meal replacement, you probably should go to Smoothie King, but Smoothie King isn't as healthy. So a lot of this stuff has added sugar to it. That's true. You can combine them like LF said. So yeah, but yeah, dude, like these, man, nobody put me on to this juice stuff. And once I found this out, I was like, man, I started dropping the weight like literally overnight, especially if you guys are already in the habit of exercising consistently each and every day. Man, you're gonna, man. Now, the thing is, I would juice on your running days. So, you know what I'm saying? Because like whenever you run, you're burning some calories, but you're not burning as many calories as you think. So a good couple of juices will get you right after a run. But the thing is, like I said, the thing is these juices, since they're so healthy, they are more expensive. So when you guys go out to these places, as crazy how we've gotten to a point in society where the healthy thing, the right thing to do, the healthy thing to do is so expensive that you can't even really be truly healthy if you're not making a certain amount of income. They've literally correlated health with your socio-economic status. That's insane, right? Unless you're gonna eat, you know, frozen Walmart broccoli, that's low quality. But the actual good quality stuff is gonna be expensive. So the juice, that's the only thing with the juices. This is it's expensive. What's your opinion on the street life? So we're about to get into the topic in just a second. You guys are more than welcome to ask some questions in the chat. We'll probably go about 40 minutes today. So what's your opinion on the street life? I think it's not sustainable long term. You gotta understand some of these people they grew up in broken families, so they're looking for masculinity around them. So since they don't have it, they click up together at a young age and defend each other. They all come from the same block. So I mean, it makes sense why they would get into it. Plus, you're poor. Everybody's in desperation. So yeah, you're gonna click up to defend. You guys are gonna click up and be a part of a gang to defend yourself, and then you have, you're forming a bond, and you have a actual clique that you can depend on for social support, or emotional support, and actual physical protection. So it makes sense why people get into the street life, especially if you're from the actual poverty. Now, if you're a rich person, or you like Ti's son who comes from really good stock, and you're gonna backpedal and go to the streets, you're an idiot. So why are girls attracted to the guys? I mean, they're basically military guys. They're just outlaws, man. They're different from uh, what the average man is. They're different. They're good protectors. They're basically military guys. these ragtag military guys on the street. You know, some of these guys are making lots of money depending on where they come from. Like, I mean, what they're selling whenever we're talking about illegal substances. So, but let's get into this topic, man. So, there's a viral clip going around of Tamar Braxton. The military is a waste of time. No, it's not. Just make sure you pick the right branch that's suited for you. So many women are dating the same men. Now, I was going to do a reaction video to this, but I think it's just better if we just did an extended live stream on this. So Tamar Braxton says women are all dating the same men. Now, she had a video clip on TikTok that went a little bit longer than that. It's about a minute and 27 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. But there's some important things that she said in that video, not just about dating the same men, but just how women are thinking in general. And it's extremely sad. So she gets up on the live stream talking about women are all dating the same men. Now, we've known this for years. If you're a guy that's been critically thinking and knows how women are, and if you just watch and observe women, you know that they all date the same men. The same guy that she cries to and she hates and curses out is the same guy she still loves and goes back to, right? She'll get cheated on by him and then go right back to him, and then he'll cheat again. And then, you know, we've seen this happen so many different times. So we know women date the same guy. That's not new to anybody. But there is something she said in that particular video that is very alarming. Did a woman shrink your head, Mark? That's what I think about that. So she said in that video, guys, this is what she said in that video. This is what she said in that video. So she goes to say that at the beginning of it that she's not for the streets. Okay, Tamar, you're like in your 40s and 50s. What is up with the? That's the problem. That's his own separate issue. Why are older women on the internet, 40s and 50s, talking about their dating life? Like, you're supposed to already be in a relationship. What are you talking about? I'm not supposed to be in these streets. You've been with a few other men that you should have stayed with. Why didn't the relationship work out? But it's because of her. She's the common denominator. But she said something really sad. So you don't want to be in the streets, but yet you said in the video that you're on prep. Now, guys, I don't know if you guys ever heard that before, but prep is basically talking about you think you're out here and you think you're about to get caught up in getting some kind of STD that you can't get rid of. So you're automatically just taking the medication to either get rid of it or to minimize the effect of it. So you're not in the streets, but you're prepping to get an STD. What are you talking? What that don't even make any sense, guys. It could it could advice for other women. That's this is one of the reasons why the younger Gen Z women are struggling in their relationships because their mother or their grandmother or the women in their 40s and 50s talking about this I'm in the streets kind of stuff, breaking up whole families, having kids, all this stuff. They don't have any good examples to look up to. Facts, facts. Yeah, so she's basically okay, you don't belong in the streets. You're going to do whatever. You don't want what every other woman wants, yet you're prepping because you know one of these men you're going to come across is going to have an STD. And if that means he has an STD, that could mean, or is very strong possibility, that he's been having sex with lots of women. So you're dating the same men regardless. It's the same circular argument that women can't get over. Because let me connect some dots for you guys. When you talk to women, and you guys should be talking to women and asking questions, um, they all say the same stuff. I've been abused or I've been cheated on. And they either say one of those two things, either both in the same, they've experienced the same thing, both of them at the same time, or either or, which just basically guarantees you that they're talking to and sleeping with the same men. If you all have the same experiences, that means all the men are treating you, the same man is treating them the same in all these situations. And I don't know where you guys live at, as far as like your environment or what part of the city or what part of the states you guys live in. But saying, I heard some moms saying to their daughters to wear shorts and be a so you could get married. That's crazy. See, these women aren't going to straighten up at all. Think about this for a second. I was listening to a live stream. I listened to not to a live stream. I listened to an interview of Judge Joe Brown. Judge Joe Brown, that's the most masculine older dude telling you like it is I done ever seen in my lifetime. He basically said he was going to a school in Memphis because this Memphis school was so bad. And he was walking through the school and he came across this woman, excuse me, that had low shorts on, her cleavage hanging out of her bra or her shirt. And Judge Joe Brown was like, what's wrong with that child right there? Why is she wearing all this scantily clad stuff? She got her butt cheeks hanging out. She got her cleavage showing. And the guy, the principal that was trying to fix it, that was getting his advice, said, hey, that's not a child. That's the teacher. That's the teacher. So you have teachers in the educational system, and we wonder why our educational system is so trash right now. We have teachers in the actual um, educational system that are dressing like 304s, further incentivizing that women will be 304s in the society, teaching them in the schools. This is insane, guys. This is insane. Yeah, what's wrong? Ashish, I think that's how you say your name. It's crazy, guys. But basically, guys, the cities, I don't know where you guys live at, but if you guys live in a city, the cities is just a whorehouse for successful men. I'm just going to be real with you. So if you're a lady and you're watching this video and you live in a big city, there is a strong chance you guys are dating the same men. And it don't matter if he's in a relationship, it don't matter if he's single. These guys are getting offers on a consistent basis, especially if he drives a high-end vehicle. Oh man. Guys, if you make enough money in the city to show off some material possessions to these women, guys, you want to talk about, like how a fast food restaurant has people coming in and out the door. Guys, you'll be having women coming in and out your house. You have women literally coming in and out of your life, in and out your house, whatever you live at. Because if you're showing these women in the city that you're successful materially, because women are already materialistic in the city, the hypergamy is on an extra level. So if you guys are driving a Mercedes Benz in the city, guys, you're gonna get a lot of offers. Do you think there is still good women out there? Yeah, but I mean, it's like a needle in the haystack, guys. Don't come to the city. That's another thing. I'm probably going to make a video separately about this, probably coming out either later today or tomorrow, basically talking about what I've learned coming to the city. And that's one of the things that I've learned coming to the city. The quality of women in the city is very minuscule. Do I think there's some good women out there? Yeah, you have to select your environment where you go to your place where it's vetted for properly good women. But I will say this, since the cities are whorehouses. Like if you are good looking or you have lots of money, you will be able to call your shots and get lots of women in the city. It's an abundance of it. It's quite sad. But if you, this is why the average to below average guy is priced out of the market, because the rich guys that are getting all the women, she's getting all these different experiences that you can't afford, which is why when she goes on a date with you, she's expecting all this unrealistic stuff, and you're like, what the hell? It's because she's been dealing with those old them successful guys, either the athletes, or the high ranking businessmen in the city, celebrities in the city coming to these certain clubs and stuff. Like women know how to get to these places and know how to DM these guys, and it's crazy, guys. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, I mean, there's some good women out here, but I mean, guys, you're gonna struggle finding them for sure. I don't think if USA was a Muslim country, it would have so much. It would have a so much better dating life. Country women are the best. Yeah, some of them are wild too, though. You know, all that skinny dipping and all that. They wild too. Don't get it twisted. They wild too. They loyal. They a little wild too, though. They like to get, yeah. Then them country women, they like to get banged on in the back seat of the truck. You know, you lay the bed out, you lay the bed of the truck down. You guys watching the sunset, and your guys just have intercourse right there. That's them kind of women. All that moonshine out in the barn, where you guys are like 5-10 miles away from civilization. Them kind of parties, bro. Oh man, oh man. I mean, it's their country. They get to do whatever they want to do. LF, they get to do whatever they want to do. It's their country. I don't agree with everything they do, but I mean, they get their woman in line. Now, how they do it, probably not the best way to do it, but hey, what's going on? All stars are closer. We're just talking about these women, how they're all dating the same men. Tamar Braxton had a viral video that we had to talk about today. So, a lot of women are in this cycle of repeating this because of their nature. We've all heard the 80-20 rule. That's not anything new. I appreciate all the stars are closer. I appreciate it, you guys. If you guys are coming in or just watching the replay, don't hesitate to hit the like button. If you guys want to subscribe to the channel, I highly appreciate it. You guys watching my content, I really appreciate it. You guys taking time out of your day to watch me. You could have been watching anybody else, but you choose to watch me, and I'm highly thankful and appreciative of that. Crazy rules in Afghanistan, women show any part about it. I actually agree with that to a degree. I actually do agree with that. You know, women shouldn't be walking out here, guys, with tights on. I just don't agree with that. I just don't. Now, granted, I'm not about to sit there and argue with them and try to convince them otherwise. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. That's a waste of time. You know, once we let the cat out of the bag, let the cat out of the hat, there's no putting the cat back in the hat. Right? Once you give people certain rights, you can't peel those rights back. So I mean, they're going to be wearing tights for forever now, but and plus there's a whole industry around this, so we'd be upsetting a whole bunch of business incentives and business and money, people making money off this stuff. Lululemon, all this stuff, they make $1 billion selling tights and all this stuff. So it's not going to change. But yeah, if women covered themselves up, you know, that would help with, you know, men wouldn't be looking at women as a piece of meat all the time. So yeah, I kind of tend to agree with that to a degree. It kills that sexual, because when you guys see, either this is something that men don't want to admit, and I understand why you don't. But you know, once you see a woman out in the streets or whatnot, and she's wearing tights or she's wearing something super short and revealing, or she's wearing her cleavage and all that, like sexual thoughts go through your head, guys. And see, if she was covered up, your sexual thoughts wouldn't be that. You'd be looking at the actual woman. You'd be looking at the actual quality of the woman. I mean, some women, I mean, some guys are just like that too, LF. That's another thing that we have to talk about when it comes to men. Some men aren't relationship material at all. They don't want to just be bachelors. They just want to be bachelors their whole life. And I mean, that's just, to each his own. Some guys want polygamous relationships where they have multiple wives. Now, you have to be a certain kind of man, not just mentally, to be able to manage all these different kinds of women, but you have to be financially strapped. Have to be making money financially in order to cope for this. I mean, some of his dating advice is good. I mean, some of it's really good, and some of it's not very good. Some of like his body language stuff is kind of ridiculous. But I mean, he's not totally off. He got some good stuff over there. But again, there's some stuff that you should second guess too. That doesn't sound right. If it don't sound right, you probably shouldn't be listening to it. But let's get back into this. So why are women always dating the same guys? Well, it's in their nature to do this, guys. The 80-20 rule, women are wired to want the top select man that can provide and protect. See, women, this is the disingenuous, just disingenuous, this, I can't even speak right now. This is the disingenuousness of women today. Back then, meaning that back in the colonial days or back in the gladiator days, the Spartan days or whatnot, women didn't have a problem sharing the same. They didn't have a problem sharing the prince, the king. They didn't have a problem with these situations. But in today's society, they do. And really, I don't think they have a big enough problem that they say they do in today's society. I just think they're programmed and reprogrammed through makeup, all these social media, all this narcissistic stuff, that to where they push themselves into a delusional space to where they only want the man for themselves. And they're far away from reality, because if society collapsed tomorrow, they're gonna definitely go to the top level men, even if they don't want to, because they'll be more protected. So it's just a lot of different things in society, dynamics in society, that are allowing them to get away with this mindset. But and plus, there's not a big enough penalty. Okay, if she gets, these women have options too. So if the guy she wants cheats on her, yes, she'll be mad and disappointed, but she can get another guy, especially if he's good looking. So this is the other thing. Women will go online and complain like it's a problem, like Tamar Braxton. They'll get online and talk about, hey, all these men aren't ish. I got cheated on and all this stuff. They'll sit online and complain about this stuff as if they think it's a real legitimate problem. But they'll still go out and date the same men over and over and over again. See, women's words don't really mean too much. You guys have to pick up on that. Listen with your eyes. Look at their actions. So, as you guys are just coming in and out of the live stream, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys are more than welcome, as you guys are coming into the live stream, to comment your thoughts and interact with the chat. I highly appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to watch me. We'll probably go another 10, 15 minutes on this live before I have to go out and do something. What do you think about having kids with your girlfriend and not marrying her? That's the wrong way to do stuff. It's the wrong way to do stuff. I can't be a baby daddy. I can't do that. But at the same time, you have to be careful who you marry because if you marry the wrong woman, you guys are going to pay a critical consequence. Okay, risk of parental alienation from your child, child support, um, alimony, losing all of your possessions through 50-50. So there's nothing wrong with getting into a marriage. Just make sure you marry the right one. But again, how do you know you're marrying the right woman? How many women have we dated that we thought were good women, and then down the road they switch up. They just switch up. It's only a saying to the black. A lot of successful people doing the same. Have a that's true too. That's true too. It's a label that the black community has came up with, but it's I people that don't. If you're gonna do that, you guys better stay together. Because if you guys are not married, but you guys are in a relationship and you guys don't stay together, so just make sure you guys stay together. But I mean, still, there's something about having kids in a communion, in a union like that, that makes the kids turn out better. Maybe that's just me. You think it's okay to just live alone, supporting yourself and living a fulfilling life? I think it's less complicated. My previous relationships were not good. Hey guys, shoot, there's a good argument that you should still live alone, even if you have a girlfriend, even if you have a relationship. I think we're perceiving this stuff all wrong, where you have to live with each other and all that stuff. There's absolutely no problem with that. Living alone. A lot of people are living alone. I live alone. I love it in here. People think, women think that we're lonely. I'm not lonely at all. I'm having fun. I'm having fun. What are you talking about? I love living alone. I'm an introvert. Supporting yourself and living a fulfilling life. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. Parabellum. It's cheaper. Plus, you're cheaper living by yourself. When you're with a woman, you have to go out, get her stuff, and there's nothing wrong with getting her stuff. But it's just more your expenses go up higher. And so yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that parabellum. A lot of men are in the same position as you. So if a woman comes into your life, of course, they want you to be a part of the matrix too, parabellum. They want everybody to be in a relationship, even if they don't want to be in a relationship. Guys, I think we have to be honest with ourselves and say, hey, there's a section of women, there's a section of men that are never going to get into a marriage, never going to get into a long-term relationship, and that's okay. It's not for everybody. So yeah, parabellum. If you want to live the bachelor lifestyle, and don't have any commitments. I mean, really, that's the ultimate win. If we're being honest, for men, that's the ultimate win. Win for guys. Really, if you get into a relationship and you think about it, you kind of lose as a guy because, you know, if you're not wanting a family and you get into a long-term relationship or marriage, it benefits the woman way more than the man, for sure. And that's just the truth. I'm not telling you guys not to get married or anything like that. It's just, once she secures that marriage, is online dating a waste of time or give it a go? It depends on the app. I would only go to Hinge or Bumble. Tinder's a waste of time. All other apps are a waste of time. If you're gonna go on dating apps, just do Bumble or a Hinge. But I mean, it's gonna be hard if your dating apps is geared towards looks. So a lot of guys, if you're tall, you'll have an advantage. If you're good looking, you'll have an advantage. Now, if you're 5'8", overweight, it's gonna be a waste of time. Excuse me. You think men should care about your sister's dating life and let her do whatever she wants? Um, She's her own woman, but I mean, you should care as much as she cares. You give her advice, but I mean, she's her own woman, guys. She's gonna do what she wants to do. You can give her advice, but at the end of the day, she's gonna do what she wants to do. You know what I'm saying? Women are weird, man. As soon as you tell them the man they should avoid, or you know what, you should not date that guy, that's the dude she falls in love with. So you should care. You know, you don't want the guy to be, abusing her and all that stuff. You want the guy to be, you know, a good guy. But at the end of the day, if she keeps dating the same dudes, it is what it is. But here's another interesting point that I want to get into on this live as we're talking about many women are dating the same men. And you kind of just segue into it, LF. So women will get into this cycle of singleness. So they'll break up the relationship or either cheat on the guy that they should stay with, the good guy, the nice guy. But here's the thing that we don't ever want to examine when it comes to women and their choices of men. And I've talked about this on an earlier video during the week. Um, you have to be a woman's first choice. But here's the thing: what if the woman's first choice is the cheater, is the abuser, is the bad boy, is the guy that's never going to be loyal to them? So if that's her first choice, well, she's either going to be in a cycle of singleness if she leaves every time he cheats, or she's going to have to accept it. See, women don't understand. They have to be very extremely careful who they sleep with, because the first guys they sleep with are the men that are going to imprint on them. And usually the guy that they imprint is the first choice. So when you guys are on these dates and you're looking for a serious relationship, you need to make sure that the past guys look somewhat like you, or you're her type. She has burning desire, because if you're a second choice, that's where all the disrespect's going to come. That's where all the problems are going to come, because you weren't her first choice. And then it's crazy, man. Like, these women have way too many experiences. Um, then they wonder why they can't maintain a relationship. I mean, you've had various observations of different Johnsons, what works and what doesn't work. It's, guys, it's actually disgusting the more you think about it. Because as a man, if we're being honest, we're territorial. So you don't want another woman that numerous guys have been with, if we're being honest. But this is what society is right now in the West. This is what this is. So when the dude came in here, he said, "You think there's any good quality women in here left?" Very few. Needle in a haystack kind of few. A needle in the haystack kind of few. So dating right now is insane, guys. I don't. What are you guys' experiences with dating right now? A couple. I think Parabellum came in here and said it was negative for him. Guys, it's been negative for most men. For most men. And you know what's crazy? One of the biggest choices, one of the biggest decisions that you'll ever have to make as a man is choosing the right woman to have kids with. But we live in a society that doesn't really promote or produce many quality women. So you're in a conundrum, excuse me. The biggest choice in your life is selecting a good woman to have kids with, but society doesn't produce good quality women. You might have to be a passport bro. I get, hey, Parabellum, I get it 100%, man. That's what a lot of dudes have checked out of dating, bro. I don't know if you guys been paying attention, but have you guys been looking at these viral videos of men not going to single events and all this stuff? Dudes have checked out. Like, we're not playing with you women. Women think it's a game out here. They not gonna lie, it was only for sexual, but you didn't let me. Yeah, I get it. So, I mean, that's a lot of women are. Plus, a lot of women, that's what they want. It is crazy, like, because women don't understand how delusional they are. They want a long term relationship, but they don't. They can't cook. They can't make the man's life a little bit easier, because the reason why you need to make the man's life easier, because men have a singular focus. We're better when we're focused on one thing, and that one thing is usually making money. And making money takes a tremendous amount of focus, and it's extremely hard to do. So that's why you need to make the man's life a lot easier by taking some of these responsibilities off of his hands so he can focus on what's most important, which is making money. And if he's making money, that means that money is going to be help to help you guys, both of you and your children. So why not make the man's life easier? But they can't do that. And if they, even if they wanted to do it, they still couldn't do it because they weren't raised and trained to be that way. Now they got to work together. Maybe it was simpler back then. I mean, they didn't have sexy red all over the damn screen. They didn't have social media where they could DM, an athlete that lives 50 miles down the street, and or he could fly her in. They didn't have access to these kinds of options and these different men back then. You were anchored and hammered down to within the 3 to 5 radius of where you lived. 3 to 5, maybe 10 mile radius that you lived at. You were, you met through social circle. So there wasn't a whole bunch of options. You had to choose and hang on. So yeah, your parents didn't have to do anything. But guess what? You know what these women are doing? They'll as they get older, they'll get jealous of the young women and what they have access to, all these different kinds of men, watch Sex in the City and want to go out there and adventure in the streets again and break up the marriage. And then, she gets out here and not knowing and understanding what it truly is out here, and she'll get pumped and dumped a few times, and then she'll hit back up her ex-husband and try to get back into a relationship, and that doesn't work. So it's a whole conundrum, guys. It's a whole conundrum out here. It's a whole conundrum. What do you think the things to focus on that are priority for an amazing dating life? Um, Amazing dating life. It depends on what you think. What your take of an amazing dating life is. I mean, do you mean sleeping with lots of women, or do you mean like getting into a polygamous relationship where you have multiple wives, like, or just finding a good quality woman to sleep with? I mean to marry or to get in a long term relationship. Like, it depends on what you think an amazing dating life is. LF. I think there's a way to stop the system. Not a light question. I know. Nah, stop the system. See, we're suffering from a problem where it's cultural as well as, law. So yeah, we can change the law, but I mean, are Trump and them trying to actually change that? Now, granted, I did hear some things about, he's trying to add taxes to child support and all that stuff, which will disincentivize some women from benefiting as much from that. But I mean, we need to go back to changing laws, like get rid of irreconcilable differences. We need to get back to eliminating that. We need to eliminate no fault divorce so people are incentivized to stay in the relationship together. So Some of it is law that we have to change. But are the politicians really on either side really trying to change that? Probably not. um, and then, culturally, we're not producing, that's where we've lost our religion. That's where religion comes in. It kind of gives you a guideline to follow to stay within. We've lost religion as well, too, which is part of the culture. I'm not saying you guys should automatically be super religious or that. I'm super religious and all that, but religion incentivizes people to get married and to stay loyal and to not cheat. So that's another problem culturally that we're having. Um, a lot of our traditions are not really, or they're lost. Let's just say that they're lost completely. So I mean, we could change it, but are people trying to really change it? Is the problem. Women like their sexual freedom to pick and choose who they want to sleep with. They make their own money. So even if they get pumped and dumped by the successful guy, they still go to work that morning and can provide for themselves. Another reason back in the day, women couldn't cheat as much is because if they cheated, they lost everything. So it's a lot of different things that's going on that's wrong. Make her is to make her always let you have. You might be asking for a virgin, but I mean, you have to be a quality person as well to attract. Like attracts like. So if you want a good quality woman for all those things, LF, you have to make sure first that you are who you need to be as well. I've heard from someone I can tell you're open minded. Yeah, I appreciate it, Parabellum. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a lot of problems, guys. Society is as a whole is going down the wrong. It's not just relationships. Relationships are like a part of it. Just look at the economy, guys. You can't. I'm probably going to save this for another video, a short video coming out either tonight or tomorrow. You guys be on the lookout for that. But I'm going to talk about that specifically. But yeah, it's society as a whole is going in the wrong direction. Quality man, you have to have good character, honesty, man of your word as part of it. Then you have to be successful financially. Then you have to be in shape physically. That's what I would say. Quality man is. Yeah, yeah, dude. I think about that all the time. I'm like, bro, I live in the city. I'm like, how the hell do people live in the city for years? I'm like, it's like my second year. I'm like, there ain't no way I'm gonna spend the next 10 years in the city. These people are idiots. And I'm not saying any of you guys that live in the city are idiots. You watching me, you cool. But these people can't drive. It's insane. People are rude. People don't stack on top of each other. Way too many people in a condensed fine space. That's not normal for human beings, guys. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but that's not normal for humankind to live like sardines. So this society's heading in the wrong direction in every way. In every way. I mean, we're looking at Trump. Trump, he's trying to balance the budget, but we're trying to get him to fix everything in 4 years. That's not sustainable. That's not going to happen. Unrealistic expectations of the president. Exactly, dude. I had a road rage, way too short, Parabellum. I had a road rage incident recently, like a month ago, where I almost had to. It's crazy, bro. People cannot drive. Like, if you're in a big city and you are driving, you are in legit danger, my friend. People talk about, planes or worse. Hell no. living in a big city where you have to drive on the freeway on a consistent basis, that's dangerous. Yeah, that's extremely dangerous. People driving, and I remember this one truck just a grill literally just fell out of his truck in the middle of the highway. Then you're around people that are texting, people that are angry, their job, is treating them bad. It's great, bro. It's a whole thing, bro. It's a whole thing, bro. It's a whole thing, bro. It's insane. But I think that's all I'm gonna do for today's live stream. I appreciate you guys coming on the lives for this past couple days. As you guys know, I'll be live streaming every Saturday and Sunday from now on. Probably on Sunday and during the morning time, and then more time, and then on Saturday more towards like the noon time. I think that's more suited, so we can get everybody in. So Saturday, look for a live stream during the noon time, like in between 12 and 2 o'clock, and then on Saturday, look for one between 9 and 11. But yep, I think that's what we're going to end this live stream. We got to go out and run some errands on this Sunday. Hopefully, you guys have some good weather. Hopefully, you guys have been enjoying your weekend. Excuse me. Again, for everybody that came in and watched this live stream, I highly appreciate you guys taking time out of your Sunday to sit down and watch this. This means a lot. You could have been doing anything other than watching me, but you chose to watch me, and I highly appreciate it. So I will see you guys next weekend, especially during the week. Be tuned in for my short videos. I'll be replying to you guys in the comments. So you guys have a good Sunday. I will see you guys soon, man. Peace.